Thank you very much for joining us. What's brought you down to TradeTech?
Hopefully clients, and to learn a few things about the market.
Excellent. And so how's it all been going?
So far, so good. We've had, obviously I work for Bloomberg, and we've had quite a lot of people come and look at our execution management system products and also our fragmentation solutions. We've seen some good people here. There's been some senior people, some senior heads. You seem to have a good sort of sprinkle of the right types of people to make the event well worth attending. We think it's good. That's why we're here.
How is this compared to, say, previous shows and previous years that you've been to events such as this?
I came here last year and there were certainly less vendors, and I guess more vendors mean it's more successful. I would concur with that. I think we were one of the few vendors here last year. We thought it was great. I like the fact that it's one day, it's not multiple days. I like the fact it's in London. It gets the right people here very quickly, and I think the fact that it's one day and quite sort of focused means that it works. I think 2-day and 3-day events don't necessarily work because you've got to spend a lot of time to get access to people. Here, you get the right people on the right day, and it just takes a day to meet them.
So as a sort of an industry insider and obviously one of the better known names, where do you expect to see the technology spend going? Obviously with budgets being tightened but the cost going up, where do you expect to see over the next couple of years the biggest spend in the market?
We're finding, when I work with the buy side quite heavily, and we're finding that the biggest question on the buy side at the moment is, first of all, the big question is, what OMS to have, what order management system to have. The next question after that is what execution management system to have. Most of the buy side in America, if you take, sort of tab surveys, in America, in Northern America, probably about 90% of fund managers have an EMS, an execution management system, but in Europe that number's probably 50% or so. So I think a lot of the mainstream fund managers, particularly in continental Europe, are presently working out which execution management system to have. And we think with Bloomberg's free execution management system, we're in a good position, particularly in these tough times, to provide best of breed at also no cost.
Brilliant. And so from your experience of sort of wandering around talking to people, what are the main 2 or 3 things that seem to be on people's minds at the show today?
Well, clearly, fragmentation, whether to have a consolidated tape, questions of MiFID, has it worked, does it make a difference, is it going to have impact? But these events aren't just about the conference, they're about that 10 minutes or that 5 minutes you get with somebody you've seen before, just to discuss things more privately and to work out what, if your strategy is correct. It just allows you to reference your strategy.
But if I can almost counteract that, what impact do you think MiFID is going to have?
Well, I mean, MiFID clearly brings together the fragmentation, the multiple exchanges. It allows people to trade in different venues. It potentially will reduce costs, but it also creates its own confusions. So on the one hand, it seems to offer a better choice, but on the other hand, it's harder to monitor and manage that choice into whether or not that choice has been effective. It's a conundrum, but I think you've got to have more than 1 or 2 exchanges. So I think that's been good. I think it's good that you can have multiple venues to trade on. I think the buy side like that, and I think people should just get on with it and provide a consolidated tape because it allows people to know where they stand. I don't think it should be a big deal. I think it's a 5-minute conversation, not a 10-year one.
Absolutely. So finally then, if there's one thing that you could change if you had a magic wand in this industry, what would it be?
I don't think I'd necessarily want to change anything. I think the market is in a good place at the moment. It's not over-regulated, it's not under-regulated, it's in that sort of middle area. I think those people that want to find transparency can, because MiFID's allowed them to do that. But on the other hand, I think there are vendors out there, like Bloomberg, like others, that can provide levels of consolidated tape and to a level that clients are comfortable with. So for us, in our space, we're quite comfortable with this market, and we're happy to see that it's moving our way, i.e. towards more technology.
Excellent. Well, then I hope you have continued success with it. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Cheers.